Hi, I'm Ed Godden, Technique Editor for Digital Camera Magazine. Today I'm going to be showing you how to remove sensor dust from your images using Photoshop Element 7. As you can see up here in the sky, this is where the sensor dust has appeared because I've used a small aperture of around f22. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use the tools over here, which are the Spot Healing Brush, the Healing Brush tool and the Clone tool. Okay, let's get started. If we go over here to the tool palette on the left of Photoshop Elements and select the Spot Healing Brush tool by simply hovering over it, clicking with the left button until the two options come down, simply going across and releasing. As you can see, I've now got a brush to be working with on my image. Clearly the brush is a lot bigger than I need, so with the square bracket tools keys on the keyboard, the left one simply makes it smaller and the right one makes it bigger. I'm going to start with this unsightly hair that's over here by just making the brush size slightly bigger than the hair and hovering over it, holding down with the left button on the mouse. And there you go, it's disappeared. And as you can see, there's quite a few dust marks on this image, so what I'm going to do is just hover over them, simply clicking with the left mouse button. There's one up there, and again over here. There's a couple of bigger ones over here, so I'll just make the brush a tad bigger just to clear them up. These dust marks really aren't visible until you open your image in Photoshop. The images may look good on the back of your LCD screen on the camera, but it's really not until you open the image up on Photoshop that you can see the extent of the damage. Okay, now those imperfections are taken care of in the sky, we'll get to work on these ones that you can see in the sea here that are a tad more intricate, a bit more detailed. Okay, so we're going to go over to the Spot Healing Brush tool again, select it, and then go down to the Healing Brush tool this time. So if we release on that, and then we want to change the hardness. Right, so if we go to the brush options up here, and then as you can see the hardness is set on 82%, which is way too hard. If we bring that down to around 30%, it's a good indicator of where to get started. Then go back over to the image. Okay, to start clearing up this area around here, I'm just going to zoom in by pressing Control plus into my area that I want to clean up. As you can see, the brush is slightly bigger than the area I want to repair, so I'll bring it down to about there. And then with the Healing Brush tool, it's going to take an area near the imperfection and clone it on top of it and blend it in the area around. So what I'll do is I'm going to go to about there, hold Alt down and left mouse button, hover over it and blend it into the area. There we go. Okay, so holding the spacebar down and the left button on your mouse, you can navigate round the rest of the scene to see what needs touching up. As you can see, I've just come across one here, so we just zoom into that. So what we're going to do is select an area again. I'm going to select just either side will be fine. They're both very similar, so I'm going to choose this side. Click down Alt so the crosshair comes up again. Select an area, then simply drag across, clicking as you go. As you can see, there's another one down here, so if we just move along over to the sea, just got another one here. Might zoom in again. It's only a very slight imperfection here. Click, make the brush a tad bigger, up to about there. Clicking Alt, holding down the left key on the mouse, and there we go. That's already starting to look a lot better. Right, well I'll clear out the rest of those in the sea a bit later, but now I'm going to show you how to get rid of imperfections on a horizon and a landscape. As you can see, we've got two pretty horrendous ones here, this one more so than that. So I'm just going to zoom in again, start on this one on the left, and for this we're going to select the Clone Stamp tool over here on the tool palette again. So if we select that, I'm also going to change the hardness of the brush, so bring it down to about 45, should be about right, and close that down, and make my brush smaller again with the square brackets on the keyboard. Now I'm on the horizon. I want to select an area that I want to clone across onto the imperfection. To do that, I'm going to hover over the area, hold down Alt, then line up the horizon on my crosshair with the horizon on the image. Click that, then drag across, and there you go, a perfect horizon. Okay, now we've got rid of that small one on the left. Let's get started on this large one just here. So I'm going to make a brush size about the same size as the imperfection. Select a bit there, so again clicking Alt, selecting an area with the left mouse button, then hovering over the dust mark like that, holding down Alt. Just going to readjust, make sure that I get the horizon level there by just moving it around while I've still got my finger on Alt. Releasing button, just come down a tad to about there. Then there you go. Perfect horizon again. As you can see, sometimes cleaning up imperfections does create imperfections as well. So what I'm going to do is just going to make that brush a bit smaller. I'm going to zoom in again so I can see what I'm doing. As you can see, the imperfection that I've just created. And just sample an area from the sky and then just hover it over there. So around about there should be fine. Just hover over, keeping it nice and gentle. If we zoom out, there we go, as good as new. Okay, so there you have it. We've got rid of all the minor imperfections and the sensor dust that was mainly on the horizon that was making it unsightly and in the sky. And if we zoom out, okay, so there you have it, your final image, void of all imperfections. Thanks for watching. I'm Ed Godden from Digital Camera Magazine.